Hello fellow YouTubers. Today is a Tuesday, October 9, and we've got a storm brewing. It's coming in from the southwest. I noticed on the radar about half an hour ago. And the rain is very heavy, and I think it's very close to hail. But I hope that if it is hail, it's only little stuff. Because the Great Wall, my four-wheel drive vehicle, is out in the open. I might have to bring it under the car. Now this part is very, very close to hail. Hello fellow YouTubers, just in case you didn't hear me before because of the rain on the roof. Yes, I got paint, it's paint. Yes, I've had this shirt for a long while and I actually did some painting in it. And yes, it's very stormy. And today is Tuesday, October 9, just in case you didn't hear that before either. But you could cup your hands to your ears. Oh boy, is that loud. Oh. Oh yeah, well, as you will know, I didn't upload yesterday. I just didn't feel like it. And today's been a very ordinary day. And yes, it's been a fairly ordinary day, breathing now. That rain's getting heavier. As I said before, we've had two heavy bouts of rain, and it's been very close to hail. The lighting here is playing up again. Look at it. We just don't know what to do. Yeah, you make it light and it gets dark. That's probably too light. Oh, whatever. What was I saying? And I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats and they're coming to take me away. Ha-ha! Hee-ho! Yes, I have to... What was I saying? Yes, very warm. Virgin on hot today, it was, but not now. Now it's still down quite appreciably. But it's very humid. And of course now the humidity shot right up. And heat and humidity are not conducive to my well-being, as most folks who suffer from breathing problems are testified to. Anyway, that's enough of that. We are, so my wife and I, we went to town today. I just got my wife wanted to get some washing clothes washing. It's 4 litres. She bought 20 litres. She's like that. And I came to this for. Doesn't matter, does it? Oh, good. Yes. And I had a lousy night too. I went to bed late. Early this morning actually. Wow, now it's really coming down. It is steaming, it's holding down here. And what is the time? It's nearly 4 p.m. And I saw this coming on the radar. It had some intense colours in it. Red, which means it was going to be a ripper, but I think that's just missed it, just been north of it. It's and yellow, and of course there was the blue, dark blue and light blue. I'd say we're into the dark blue here, maybe just hinting on the yellow. If that's any interest to you. Probably not. So I was going to do a reading, but I'd have to read too loud. And you say, well, I can't hear a word you're saying, and you might watch the video. Probably won't watch the video, will you? The reason I did the little rendition from the Funny Farm, you remember that song going way, way, way? Oh, I did. Was because Glenda, aka GK Tatum, sent me a poem, and it was about old people. Yeah, well, I'm an older person. People who are losing their mind. Well, I'm losing my mind, and I just happened to include that in the reply to her email. I did on her channel. Yes. Oh. So how about I just leave it going, you can listen to the rain. You probably won't do that either, will you? You just grow impatient and look dull to it. Although there are some people who do like the sound of rain. I'm one. I've always liked the sound of rain when I move or canvas sleep. Or an umbrella, isn't it? Oh. Yeah, man boobs. How to make that one. I told you about them before. And you probably can't hear what I'm saying. Get a sip of water. Okay, let's see what's going on with Jeremy, shall we? Now the rain's getting heavy again. Pushing himself upright off the edge of the bed, he vigorously rubbed his hands together, then made his way through, then re-entered the bathroom. Picked up and hung the towel, then opened the medicine cabinet above the basin, where, surprise, surprise, on this morning of just another day, he didn't need to search among the cornucopia of bottles, packets and jars to find the tube of antiseptic cream. His wife had a habit of taking the tube into the bedroom whenever she needed to apply a dab onto her cracked heel or heels. And leaving the tube on the floor. Usually secreted among a whole host of things. Conveniently located on the floor between the head of the bed and her bedside cabinet. Jeremy expected that it was he who had placed the tube on top of the packet of band-aids after he had cleaned the bedroom. Which meant the Doreen hadn't used it during the past week, at least, and the crack in her heel that she was complaining about must have healed. And that, thank the Lord, was a good thing. With his finger attended to, Jeremy was ready to tackle all the jobs that were waiting for him on this out-of-control morning of just another day, starting with and mopping the laundry floor. The first time he'd been glad that his wife had left the mop behind the laundry door. While he waited for the floor to dry, he poured himself a second mug of tea and moved it for 1 minute in the microwave. One of only a handful of things Jeremy thought it was suited for, but only because he'd never bothered to become completely at home with the microwave, the fan force oven and the coffee percolator. But Jeremy didn't drink coffee, so his one machine didn't care about one way or the other. And with the other two, he knew the bass just like Doreen knew how to play a video or DVD, but that was it. And that suited both of them just fine. Oh, that looks funny. Funny. Probably too light. No, anyway. As Jeremy stood before the kitchen sink looking out the window, you'll have to cup your hands here, Pat, don't complain to me that you couldn't hear me. Listening to the rain and waiting for the microwave to beep, there was a knock on the front door. And Jeremy thought, I hope it's not a canvasser. Or worse still, think, a Jehovah's Witness. Jeremy had a sign mounted close to the front door that made it perfectly clear that the occupants of the house of the front door they were thinking about knocking on weren't interested in what they were selling or what their beliefs were. And 99 times out of 100 had the desired effect. But now and again there was always the odd ones out who ignored the sign under the guise that they weren't selling anything, but rather carrying out a survey. Which Jeremy knew was a barefaced lie, because once you answered all their questions they would then tell you that what they weren't selling was exactly what you needed to solve all the problems you had just admitted you were experiencing. Have you been there? I have. That had happened but once, and Jeremy had the smart-ass, arrogant bastard know in no uncertain terms exactly how he had felt about the deception. Pointing to the sign then, to which the smart-ass, arrogant bastard said he hadn't seen, after which Jeremy told him to piss off. Oh, good grief. But when it came to the Jehovah's Witnesses, oh, good grief, Jehovah's Witness. But when it came to the Jehovah's Witness, it had been patently obvious that they didn't think the sign applied to them. At least not the first time they had knocked on the front door, which just so happened to be the first and last time they would ever knock on the front door. The very instant Jeremy opened the front door and saw the congregation standing before him, he had asked if they couldn't read. A sarcastic question was immediately followed by opening the security screen door, stepping out onto the front landing and pointing to the two words, "No Church," on the sign. He damn well knew they had ignored the sign, and he wasn't the least bit surprised when the elder of the group, a man clutching a Bible to his chest, said they weren't canvassing but passing on the messages of their Lord and Saviour, Jesus Christ. Without hesitation, Jeremy had replied by saying that maybe they should go forth and spread the good word to those who might care to listen. But no sooner had they taken but 2 steps toward the front gate did they stop, parting then like the waters of the Red Sea into 2 groups of 2, and leaving in the middle a young woman who had the appearance of a saint, and the docile tone of one when she had asked Jeremy, "Don't you believe in God?" It was a well-rehearsed procedure. To that there was no doubt. And Jeremy had thought that there would be those who couldn't resist her angelic-like poise, and succumb to the ruse. But Jeremy wasn't one of them. No, he had replied, adding before she had, or any of the other 4 could speak, that he believed in the Loch Ness Monster, the Yeti, Bigfoot, the alien conspiracy, UFOs, and the paranormal and the supernatural. Adding then as he opened the screen door that he hoped they would have a good day, and he didn't expect he would see them again. Closing the door behind him, leaving them to go forth and save the souls of a pagan society. Good grief. But when Jeremy opened the front door on this morning of just another day, he was welcomed by the familiar face of the only door-to-door person he didn't mind at all knocking. The Avon lady, delivering Doreen's regular monthly purchase. After a brief bipartisan exchange of pleasantries, Jeremy paid for the order, thanked her, returned her goodbye, smiled, And then Watt says she wasted no time heading for and entered her car, and until she was out of the driveway and was gone. Placing the bag of what his wife often said were the best money could buy bar none onto the dressing table in the bedroom, it was a bit of a mouthful. He wondered if the woman was able to make a decent living selling the stuff, for he knew firsthand that she did so full time, although he didn't know what that meant in actual hours worked. But at least she's working, he thought, which is more than I can say. And if the amount of money Doreen spent each and every month is indicative of that of but a handful, then she probably only had to work 20 hours a week, was laughing all the way to the bank. Jeremy sometimes asked himself, why were there always a certain percentage of businesses that never seemed to falter, even in the toughest of economic climates, even thriving, when many others had their backs to the wall and were laying off thousands of workers? Low overheads. That's what it is. It's low overheads. Jeremy had never expected to be laid off from his position as a storeman for one of the largest electrical supply countries in the country. But here he was, master of the house and all his surveys. Many had never planned to stay put for so long either, always planning to move on to greener pastures and to something different. But life has a habit of passing you by so quickly when you're making plans to do other things. Now it was too late. And he couldn't see himself selling Avon, or Tupperware, or becoming involved in any of the other party plan type businesses. Doreen, yes, she was outgoing and people-friendly. But Jeremy, no way and definitely not. He was antisocial and a loner. Selling online would suit him right down to the ground. But when he asked the Avon lady some time ago why she didn't do that, she said it wasn't permitted. It's not either. As it was with Tupperware and a whole host of other cottage industries. More so now. But every time he had an idea and started to give it a serious consideration, it was always the cost. Even with what he had thought were the simplest of things that abruptly put an end to his aspiration, then that is very true. Once you do the costing, that's when your eyes open. I never thought it would cost that much. Having the idea is easy. It really is. Having an idea is easy. It can pop in your head in a matter of seconds. But when you sit down and do the nitty-gritty, and the bottom line, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of money. Sure, he had received a generous redundancy package. Not more than he was entitled to, mind you. But he still had a long way to go before he was entitled to his superannuation payout. And he wasn't eligible for unemployment benefit. And if she, who must be obeyed, wasn't convinced beyond a shadow of a doubt that what he planned to do would be successful, then he could forget about it. No ands, ifs, or buts. And Jeremy could understand that. Starting a business is hard enough in the best of times. But when times are tough and one doesn't have the support of their partner, especially the latter, then that changes one's psychology. It does. And in a situation like that, when one is dependent on something working, otherwise the shit will well and truly hit the fan, then one can bet their life that it won't. The microwave single loud and clear 3 beeped, as a reminder that the mug of tea he had forgotten about when the interruption was ready and waiting to be retrieved. Our microwave does that. It gives you a reminder, that you've got something in it. And Jeremy responded by saying out loud, I'm coming, I'm coming. He opened the microwave door but left the mug sitting on the... He opened the microwave door but left the mug sitting on the turntable while he inspected the laundry floor. It was dry. So he loaded the washing machine with his wet clothes, opened the cabinet under the tub, removed the dustpan and broom before the packet of detergent, setting on the floor while he placed a scoop of powder into the machine and started the wash cycle. After replacing the detergent inside the cabinet, he closed the door, picked up the dustpan and broom, then made his way to the lounge room and immediately set about sweeping up the tea leaves. They make a terrible mess of the floor. Jeremy didn't expect it would take any time at all to do so. And in a way he was right. For no time at all of brushing, did he realise it was all but a waste of time. It is. You brush the leaves and they jump all over the place. I know. But of course it would be on this morning of just another day. I'll vacuum, he muttered. But first I'll have to soak up the liquid. And, Jesus Christ, Jeremy, why didn't you press a couple of rags onto the mess in the first place? Before you started fart-arsing about doing other things. I think I'll leave it there. Yeah, I'll call it quits. I want to thank you for watching and listening. I forgot to say that the last upload. I said thank you for listening, but I didn't say thank you for watching. I had to put it in a caption. So I'll say it again. Thank you for watching and for listening. And don't complain to me if you couldn't hear me. Cup your hands to your ears. Work's a treat. And until next time, which will probably be tomorrow, but who knows. Bye for now. Oh, the fan's going. I'd forgotten that was on. What do you expect? They're coming to take me away?